welcome to the Move for Mental Health virtual 5K that is hosted by Lovewell Foundation. I'm Sara Springer. I am one of the co-founders for Lovewell Foundation. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for contributing to this fundraiser and for supporting Lovewell Foundation and our mission to make mental health care more affordable. We are really honored that you have joined us. And so welcome to Spirit Week. I know with the walking, maybe running, training that we've all been doing the last few weeks, that we might feel tighter, our hips, joints, I know mine do. And then in the spirit of mental health, yoga is great to help with anxiety and depression. So I wanted to take some time here to show you guys my favorite yoga moves that help with, flexibility, stretching, opening up hips, shoulders, all the good things. So in the words of my favorite yogi, Adrian, anyone know Yoga with Adrian? Hop into something comfy and let's get started. Start with tabletop position. Keep it low to the ground today. Tabletop position is a nice neutral position. Feet flat on the ground, knees under your hips. Hands under your shoulders, looking down. Keep your spine as straight as you can. We're going to start with some cat-cows. So for those not familiar, cow is where you drop your belly, lift up your head, breathe in. And then cat is the position where you breathe out, hollow out your chest area, bring in your stomach, bring in your hips. And then that kind of stretches your back and your shoulders out, and breathe out. So we'll just do a couple of those at our own pace here. We're going to do 3. So breathe in, breathe out. Bring it back to a neutral spine in tabletop. The next thing we're going to do is a kind of a little twist here. So we are going to take our right hand and keep that underneath our shoulder, and then take our left hand and bring it up and twist, look up. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we want to do what we call thread the needle. So bring that arm underneath your right arm. You can bring your head down to rest. Hips stay in the air. This is a great twist stretch. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Then we will unravel back to tabletop. And we will have our left hand on the ground and bring our right hand up for a twist. Deep breath in, breathe out to thread the needle. Lay on your right ear and just enjoy the stretch. We will unravel from here, back to tabletop. All right, we're gonna do, I'm not sure what these are called to be honest, but we're gonna do a little crunches kind of thing. So first what we'll do, we'll start with our right side. We'll bring our right foot out on the mat and kind of give your, keep your foot on the ground. You can do a little rocking back and forth. It gives a nice stretch in the calf. And when you're ready, lift up the right foot. And then we are gonna take our left hand and bring it out straight. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do sort of a cat position here where we breathe in and out and a crunch. So I'll demonstrate here. All the way in, you hug in your knee and your elbow, head down, and then breathe out, or breathe in, breathe in, stretch out. So let's do 2 more of those. return to tabletop and switch sides. So we're going to bring out our left foot, kind of rock back and forth. If it feels good, that'll help stretch out your calf area. And when you're ready, lift up your foot and then bring out your right arm and crunch. We'll do 3 on this side. 2. 1. And return to tabletop. The next thing I would like to do is bring ourselves into downward facing dog. So I think that's a great stretch for the back of the legs. So to do that, you just keep your hands underneath your shoulders, peel up, and bring your hips up into the air, sort of looking like a dog stretching. And we'll just take a couple of deep breaths here. If it feels good, you can do what they call pedal it out. So kind of like you're going for a walk here, and alternate feet as if you're walking. That'll give extra stretch in the heels and the back of the calves. Otherwise, feel free to keep in a still position. All right, so next we will take our right foot and bring it into a 3-legged dog, which is bringing our foot up. And then we are going to bring it into our center. And back, basically we're going into a low lunge here. So we're going to bring it up and then through. And now we are in a lunge position. Bring your right hand over to the other side of your right foot. And this is what they call a lizard pose. This also, I think, is a nice stretch for the hips. And if it feels good for you here, we can do a little twist. So we're going to bring our right hand up. A couple of deep breaths. And then return our hands back down, back to our lizard variation here. Bring your foot back to the center and your other hand so that you are now hugging your foot. And we're going to bring our right foot back to a plank pose. We can hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it feels good for you, you can do like a little vinyasa here. Otherwise, go straight to downward facing dog. So I'm going to take a vinyasa myself. And then back to downward facing dog. Take a minute here, take a deep breath in and out. And now we will start on our left side. 3-legged dog on the left. Kind of keep your leg in line with your hips. We don't have to throw it up here. It's kind of at almost a 90-degree angle. And then we'll go ahead and bring this foot up to our low lunge. So we're going to bend our knee, bring it up here in between our hands. And we are now in our low lunge. And we will take the lizard pose on this side. So bring your left hand to the other side of your left foot. And you can move that left foot out a little bit to create more space here. Personally think that this stretch feels great. But if you would like to take a little bit more, then we can do the twist on this side. So you would take your left hand, bring it up, and stretch. Bring our left hand back down. And then we're going to go ahead, bring our foot back to the center and our left hand onto the other side. So we're back in our lunge. And then we will go to our plank position on this side. Take that left foot back. Plank pose. Try to keep your shoulders down and kind of push up through your shoulders. So you don't want to be like this, kind of hollow out through your center here. Bring your belly up and your hips in line with everything else. So we're in our plank position for 5, 4, 3, make sure you're breathing, 2, and 1. You can go back to downward facing dog or take a vinyasa here, which I think this position feels really nice for a stretch in the back and in the shoulder area. And then curl your toes under. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. All right, so now we will lower our knees back to our tabletop position. And then kind of swing your legs out to the side here. Center yourself on the mat to a seated position that feels good for you. Take a few breaths here just to notice how we feel. One breath that is really, that I love to do, it's a little awkward, but it's lion's breath. I don't know who's familiar with that, but it feels really good to stretch the mouth and the tongue. So to do that, you take a big breath in, and then you're gonna take your tongue out, stick your tongue out as far as you can, and so if you feel tight in your jaw or your tongue area, that's a really great breath stretch type maneuver to do. So, all right, we'll bring our hands to the center. Thank you all for being here again. Totally, definitely, 100% appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed getting some stretches in. These are just ones that I like to do to help loosen myself up. Feel free to share any positions or poses if you do yoga or stretches that work for you, that help stretch you out and kind of get your body back in the groove. So, hope you enjoy the rest of Spirit Week. Hope you enjoy the 5K, and bring our hands up to our third eye. Big breath in and bow. Namaste.